Buy nothing. Nothing that you don't need and out of necessity. If you don't need it, don't buy it.
Nails yourself is normal. Wearing the same outfit multiple times a week is normal. Using the same wallet for years until it's broken or just continue to use it without having to buy a new one is normal. Having one bottle of perfume instead of a perfume collection wall is normal. Having kitchenware that don't match is normal. Having mismatched bed sheets is normal.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I think we just have to accept and agree that there is a consumerism issue when it comes to us in general as a society. A lot of people are actually suffering from consumerism. It's kind of sad because it's a way for some people to actually feel better about being lonely, different type of stuff, or the ads are just maybe too much. You know, a lot of people who are buying a lot of things that they do not need, but because they see an ad or somebody bought it or this, or they just feel like they just got to do it, you know, to feel that excitement, that happiness. I know many people keep complaining about how the economy is bad and how things are just very, very expensive, but still, people are still buying. Like, yes, people are broke, people are struggling, people are living paycheck to paycheck, but then there's still a lot of consumerism. Like, that's still something to actually take note of. We have people's houses who are actually filled up with piles and piles of junks that they do not need, but they keep buying and buying and buying, and they cannot stop. I tell you, it's like an addiction. You know, like when someone is just addicted to drugs, that's just how it feels. You need to intentionally get away from it and actually heal and become sober from it. We are going to be checking out videos on this and conversations about this topic because it's very important and it's actually a real life problem that many people are dealing with. But before we get right into this video and check them out, please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
So let me get this straight. First, it was the teddy bears from Starbucks. Then it was the grab bags from Target. And now it's a roller rabbit or some shit at Starbucks and people are going to the store for 5 a.m. Are you all not tired of consumerism? Because I need to figure out what the fuck is going on. That this country is in the state that it's in, right? Shit is falling apart at the seams. And you motherfuckers insist on pursuing consumerism. Unnecessary consumerism. A bunch of bullshit that will no longer even be good 6 months, a year from now, whatever. And you jump to spend money on it. And this seems to be a staple of white culture. I don't understand. There's so much consumerism attached to absolutely everything we do. And I thought y'all were waking up to it. And now it seems like every time I get online, it's somebody crashing out about some dumb shit. Are y'all okay?
Okay, you guys, listen. If you need a dopamine fix because you are a neurospicy person or you're just like a normal person that likes a good hit of dopamine, and you typically do that by consuming or shopping or whatever, clean your house. I know it does not sound exciting. And in fact, is not actually exciting unless you do what I do. So you have to maybe mix your favorite beverage. It could be alcoholic. I'm not going to judge you. I personally like to do a Diet Coke over ice, maybe with a little squeeze of lime. Put on your headphones. Listen to whatever you want. Listen to your jams. There's a great cleaning your house playlist on Apple Music. Starts out strong with some Usher. I have been known to listen to Quinn while I'm cleaning the house. If you know, you know. And just like do it room to room and tell me about the dopamine hit you get. Tell me about the hit of dopamine you get when you are done and you look at your whole house and it is clean and organized and it smells good and you can light that candle. You do not get that from shopping. You do not. Enjoy your mortgage, people. Enjoy your rent. Take care of the things you already have. Save your money. Get your dopamine from keeping your house in order. I swear it's a game changer.
If you just look around and pay a little piece of attention, you'll see so many people who don't have no identity, and so they use consumerism as their identity. Trends, trendy shit, just buying shit all the time, knowing what's new, what's coming up. They got tickets to this. They know, oh yeah, so-and-so just put this out. You didn't see it? I saw it, yeah, and I bought it. I got Consumerism. They just constantly buying shit, constantly doing shit to just fill the void. Yeah, these people don't have a sense of self. And when you sit too long with yourself, you start to actually have to look at yourself and reflect and think about things. Them motherfuckers don't want to do that. That's too deep. Hell no. Let me go buy something else. Let me go get a new tattoo. Let me go get a new piercing around this bitch. You gonna be f***ed up. I ain't thinking about shit. I don't even give a really. I don't give a damn. And that's also why they keep people around them who feel the same way. Very shallow, surface level things, because that's all they have the depth for. Because they don't give a damn. I done said it before. People be having crushes on themselves. They don't like themselves, so they don't even go deeper. The shit you know about your crush, like, oh my God, their favorite color, they did this today. I saw it on this story. That's all they can think about for themselves. Because they don't have no goddamn personality. The only personality or piece of personality they have came from consumerism. Came from them being able to buy something that somebody else put out. That's it. Participate in something that somebody else created. That's it. Go to an event that somebody else set up. That's it. I'm scared of them motherfuckers. I am. They be ghastly. You know what I'm saying? Like walking skeletons. These people have no soul. They feel like their soul is tied into the capitalist society. Their soul is tied around money. Every piece of dollar that come in their hand, they got a plan for it. And that plan came out of their soul. I need this Lululemon set. I need that shit. Or else I'm gonna die. Or my week is gonna be ruined. Because that's all I care about. Now that I woke up this morning, the sun shining, I got so many opportunities and I have a great job. I have a good future ahead of me. It's that I did not get the fucking tickets to go to this goddamn concert because they were all sold out and I already bought my fucking outfit. I bought everything off of goddamn Shein. And truly, like, it's so disappointing. Like, what the hell? Which I understand.
In case the world made you forget, using drugstore makeup and products is normal. Using the same water bottle for years is normal. Using a bar soap instead of a 10-step shower routine is normal. Cutting your own hair to save money is normal. Not having a skincare fridge is normal. Having just one shampoo in your shower at a time is normal. Using Vaseline instead of a $25 lip balm is normal.
I just read this crazy article on the Wall Street Journal called "Will Trump's Trade War Break America's Addiction to Cheap Stuff?" And in it, we follow Kay Washburn, who in the 1950s was a teenage girl who spent 50 hours babysitting so that she could purchase one dress that she then wore for years until it literally fell apart. Now, at 89 years old, Kay tells the Wall Street Journal that her most recent purchase was a $5.95 pair of pants that she bought from Shein with one tap. She said she did so without thinking and that her plan was to just wear it for one single season. This is the perfect example of how our relationship to stuff has changed so much over the last several decades. Where we used to pause and save and purchase with intentionality, we now purchase without any type of friction and without any real thought to what we're doing. Americans now wear each article of clothing an average of 7 times before throwing it away. And we're on track to purchase 40% more clothing than we did in 2005. Americans are making hundreds of purchases off of Amazon without any real inclination towards how much that's draining their paycheck. And this wasn't an accident. The US spent decades shifting from makers to buyers. Ads literally told people that buying more was patriotic. Then companies started offshoring all of their production to make everything super cheap. And now, one tap and we get a very cheap and easy dopamine hit. But here's the interesting part. With the rise in tariffs, things are more expensive and hauls are not hitting like they used to. Even influencers are shifting to creating content around the clothes they already own, building capsule wardrobes, and participating in things like Project Pan. And honestly, this is the first time in decades that we've had a chance to reconsider how we purchase things. Not in a never buy anything again kind of way, but in a purchasing with intention and with a curation mindset. Buying fewer, better things, actually enjoying the things that we purchase and that we own. Less impulse, more intention.
As someone that bought a house at the ripe age of 23 years old, making $12.50 an hour, not kidding, I feel like I'm the resident expert on how to live cheaply, afford your life, live within your means, and still have fun. I used to get asked questions all the time, like, how do you afford your life? How are you paying a mortgage? How do you have a house? How are you paying all your bills? How are you handling this? And some of the things I still do today are habits that I learned when I was 23 years old that helped me still save money, pay all my bills, and still have some fun with my friends. Some of this advice might come off as redundant or repetitive because you've seen it on the internet, and some of it's very true and it actually does help. So if you're seeing the same things over and over again, I guess my only advice to you would be try it and don't just cast it off to the side as like internet propaganda and like, oh, how is that actually going to save me money? Maybe try it. The first thing that I know everybody hears, and I know it's annoying, make your coffee at home. And I know that sounds so boring and you're like, oh my God, sometimes I just want a sweet treat. But locking in and just doing one thing like that can actually help you out so much, because I spend like $15 a month on coffee and I have cold brew throughout the entire month. So it helps. Speaking of locking in, I feel like that's something that gets overlooked dramatically. If you just lock in for a very short period of time, and I mean short in terms of your life, a year, 2 years, if you just lock in for a couple years, you can really make a drastic change in what your life looks like. And I'm talking about locking in with anything, locking in with money, locking in with a hobby, locking in with your career, locking in with school. It can make the biggest difference in your life. And so many of us just want these like quick fixes and instant rewards that we're like kind of beating ourselves into the ground with it. Next piece of advice, and this is something that I really had to learn because it wasn't a skill that was passed down to me, was learning how to cook. And I know, again, it sounds redundant, but it actually does help you. And what I kind of started to do with myself was play this game of, oh, how cheap can I get this meal? So if I was making pasta for myself and I could break it up into 3 meals. So if I had like dinner one night, lunch at work the next day, and then dinner the following night. And yes, that's boring. I know. I'm sorry. It's boring. It's boring to have financial literacy, I guess. But I was figuring out like, oh, I can get this meal down to being like $3. And if I wasn't craving meat, that was even better because I could make it for even cheaper than that. I still do that to this day, and one of my favorite meals that I always love doing the math on is these rice bowls that I make. And obviously rice is super cheap, ground beef, you can split it up amongst multiple of these, and then just vegetables from my garden, which, yes, I know seeds cost money, but if you learn how to save seeds, which I did, and you know, $3 worth of seeds versus spending $40 on DoorDash, I mean, the math is there on that one. And then just, you know, seasonings that I have in the house. That meal is so cheap and it is so damn good. The thing that I did when I was young is I scaled down my interests. So I tried out a lot of things, a lot of crafty things especially, and it really was kind of just like sucking money out of my wallet. And I'm like, I really need to scale this down to stuff that I actually enjoy and actually reap rewards from. And that's pretty much where the gardening thing came from, and that's why I'm here today, is because I really just decided to lock in on gardening. And I was like, this actually has real returns. Like I can reap what I sow with this. And ultimately it led me to a life where I can scale down the costs on that tremendously and also feed my family. Something else I did at a young age that I feel like a lot of young people are not doing, and I know I'm still relatively young, but looking at the younger generations now, I feel like we are very focused on shopping. And I don't know how to break it to you, shopping is not a hobby and it's not a skill or a talent. It's you're just giving more money to corporations. And for a generation that complains so much about corporations taking from us and not caring about the little guy, and CEO pay being like 300 and something times the average worker, I guess to me it's a fruitless endeavor and doesn't really benefit you at the end of the day. And I know a lot of people watching this will look at their credit card statement and go, wow, I spent a lot of money on shit that I don't even care about. I also really took advantage of things like Costco because I was able to eat the same things over and over again, and again scale that cost down tremendously. One of my favorite things is the bulk food store. I don't know about you, but I do not enjoy paying $4 to $5 to $9 for a little jar of seasoning when I can just go to the bulk food store and get like the exact amount I need, or get it in bulk and still save a ton of money. So bulk food stores are kind of my favorite thing. Oh, and also make your bread at home. This smells amazing and it's so much more affordable. The last piece of advice, and I don't want this to come off as out of touch. I know that houses are more expensive than what they were when I bought mine, and I know life is more expensive, but the minimum wage is also a lot higher. Like I said, I bought my house at 23, making $12.50 an hour, and I did not have a lot of wiggle room. In fact, I sometimes had no wiggle room whatsoever. Find a way to scale down everything. We don't need to live like kings. You don't need to live like a king. I don't need to live like a king or queen, whatever. It's just not normal the way that people are living now, and I think our values are all screwed up, and the things that we care about so much seem to really miss the mark on what life is all about. I like to vacation in the woods. I like peace of mind. I like quiet. I like slow activities, reading especially. If you can find ways to slow your life down and take the time to really think about what you're spending your money on, look at your bank statement every week, log into online banking and check things out. I didn't have online banking when I bought my house. I think I got online banking like 2 years after I bought my house. So I still had to manually check everything and really pay attention. And if you slow your life down enough and you get off of this thing, I promise you the desire for the material will start to go away and you'll save a lot of money.
I mean, all those videos are not meant to judge anyone, but at the end of the day, it's more for reflection on oneself. You reflect on maybe habits, because all this things turn out to become a bad habit, especially when someone is trying to, save money or trying to, get out of this over consumption, wanting to buy so many things that are not even needed. But, while we live in a time where buying things has almost become like a personality, everywhere you look, it's like people are saying, oh, buy this, upgrade that. You need certain things to be happy in your life. And then you have houses that are getting filled up with all the stuff, because the more you buy, the more you're filling up everything. Your closets are packed up, drawers overflowing. Every room inside your house will make you stressed out. I don't know how some people deal with clutter, but that actually messes up your mental health, honestly. And I think many people don't really know or realize that, but living in a space that has so much clutter will not do well for your brain, your mental state. A lot of people complain about being broke, but if we're being very honest, people are actually spending so much money on a lot of trends, sometimes maybe following influencers and what they post, being obsessed with people who are kind of placed up there to make you buy things. Most of the time, sometimes people do not even realize that the influencers that they are so obsessed with tend to get those things for free. Some of them are actually a lot of them are getting those items for free for them to show you, and then you are so interested and you buy it with your money while they are over there getting paid to show you that thing and still getting those items for free. I don't know for you guys, but most of the time, you notice that most things that we buy, we lose interest easily. The excitement just goes away so fast. At first you get so excited, but eventually, you just start losing that interest. The rush disappears and you're no longer into that thing. It's like a cycle. It keeps repeating itself over and over again. Having good space in your home it gives you a lot of peace of mind, and getting into the mindset of buying what you need and not what you want, or because someone else convinced you that you need it, will really help you. Especially if you're someone who is in a place where you want to be saving more money, you want to have your finances put together and move around the world a lighter without carrying and owning so much stuff, buying so much things, and those things start to own you rather than you being the owner of them. That's it for this video. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section down below. Don't forget to please click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. I hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.